to start the game out, when Dame has an opportunity as to which is in his favor, he's going to go and attack it. If he doesn't, he's not going to. He's not going to force nothing. So when he has Keegan Murray on him in the first quarter, you're going to see him drive and attack him a lot because he knows he has that speed advantage. Connaughton could have catched that boom turnover on Dame, but got his angle and got into the lane, right? So I kind of want you to understand that. Murray on him again. Fox is out the game, subbed out. So what's going to happen once again? Boom. This is when Damian Lillard is going to be aggressive, when he has a matchup that's really in his favor. So now, end of quarter, Dame with Keegan Murray on him, right? Giannis screen. Dame is walking out, going lateral with no intention to score. Why? Because he understands where the leverage is, right? And how we could be able to manipulate Sabonis in a situation like this, right? Because even though Dame is moving more left and is not getting any closer to the rim, and Sabonis at this point, he's just moving laterally, not getting back in front of Giannis, all because Dame is moving lateral. At this point in time, Dame's just like, all right, I'm going to give this to Giannis because I got Sabonis stepping over, I got Murray on me, right? So I don't even need to look to score, right? Why even waste my energy trying to do so? So now Giannis, boom, he gets that swing to Portis. And like I said, Bobby Portis is dumb nice. Any modern big, right, coming up should watch Bobby Portis. But a lot of players won't because of ego and they want to be like Embiid and Jokic or some shit like that. And so since Dame's such a high volume pick and roll handoff player, you got to understand the coverages you're going to see. Drag screen occurs, Sabonis picking up a few feet in front of the 3-point line, right? Off a drag, right? Now, boom, throws it back to Lopez. He's going to end up getting it back. And now where does Sabonis end up picking up? Right back at that 3-point line. So Dame right now, he can't try to be extremely aggressive when he's seeing two every single time he comes off these screens. So he's going to end up being extremely passive in a sense, but it's really just making the right play, not trying to force his hand. And so understand that aggression going forward and how that's going to set up the fourth quarter and overtime. Understand the spacing. Giannis sending a step-up screen, Malik Beasley in the corner, right? And understand the coverage is still the same, right? Dame already knows what's going to happen right here, and he understands also the spacing off the ball, right? There's no player on this right wing. And so now he has a lot of room to be able to get right and not have to worry about any other help defenders. So he gets right. He gets a little wide. And now Malik Beasley shakes up out this corner as Malik Monk tags because this is going to give Dame a passing lane and an angle to get it to Beasley, right? Because understand, had Beasley just stayed in this corner, that line of pass to get there would have to go through the hands of Sabonis, Monk probably also jumping up high, and now Malik Beasley probably won't have a shot. And so the key about being this player is you don't even think about where the ball handler is moving at times, if that's too much for you to think. Just look at the ball and see, can they see me, right? And is there any defenders between me and the ball? And if there is, if that line of sight is blocked, then you must move so that they can be able to see you, right? You got to create another passing angle. So now Malik Beasley shakes up, boom, gets that three from that wing, right? He's passive right now. Understand, he's engaging his teammates. That's the most important part right now. He's engaging his teammates. First things first, look at the score. 66-66. 40 seconds left in the second. This is a high-scoring game. If Dame went into this and decided to say, let me try to force my hand and make plays for myself, they probably will not be able to keep up with all that scoring. Because Dame probably not going to go for 60. You know what I'm saying? Just on any given night, just go for 60 like that, right? So in a game like this, you have to make sure you get all your teammates engaged, right? So now understand Sabonis in his coverage right now and how this differs from the ones we did before, right? Remember how he was picking up above that 3-point line on that drag? Sabonis picks up right inside that 3-point line. That little difference made a big difference, right? Because now once Dame is able to get here, stay on the inside, Monk pinched in, not really helping because he's guarding Beasley. Boom, Giannis got that roll, empty corner as well at that. So now, boom, he gets that lay. So Dame has got to not force his hand. He's got to allow the game to come to him because Dame is also one of them guys who can flip the switch like that, and y'all are going to continue to see that. Understand, anytime Milwaukee ran a regular pick and roll, right, you'd see Sabonis or Alex Len or Lyles already stepped up in front of that 3-point line, right? But the second they begin to run something just a little different, right, maybe just a double screen, notice where Sabonis is, right? He's late on that step up, right? So now this is going to tell Dame, I could turn this corner. And even once he turns this corner, he's not thinking, oh, finally, I got past this double at the top, I could go score. He's still going to give the ball up and make the right play to his teammates. Because if they want to be able to keep score within this game, his teammates have to be engaged, right? If he doesn't, good luck, right? They'll probably really lose this game. I don't understand why they didn't go after this, right? So now this is a handoff, right? This is a handoff. And now Sabonis dropped back. Why is Sabonis even dropped back, right? Sabonis is dropped back because Giannis has the ball in hand. He's told to sag off, right? And in doing so, Dame gets the catch here, and he's not going to force his hand once again, right? He's going to continue to keep his teammates engaged, right? So now, since Sabonis is so far back, this forces Herter to step over from Beasley, because or else Dame would have a whole lane going into the paint, going to rim or just a shot, right? So now, boom, he kicks to Beasley. Beasley now gets his shot off. He finished with like 22, 23, keeping his teammates engaged, because on Dame's part, he don't really need to get up all these shots to necessarily have his rhythm to knock down the shot. He could turn it on like that. Y'all gonna see. Look, this is vital right here. Get your spacing. You got Beasley to get out. Boom, sent him to that corner. Sent Portis out as well. So now Giannis is coming over and setting this screen, right? And the most important part about that, empty corner, right? And so what's going to end up happening is the help is going to be coming from this side instead of there also being a help defender here and there. So the moves Giannis is going to use at this point might have not been there had there been a corner player right there. So now, boom, Giannis float right there. Dame still allowing his teammates to remain engaged, giving the ball up according to what the defense gives. Throughout the course of all this going on, him passing to his teammates, him not trying to force his own hand, he has the traits and the habits to be able to, even though he is in that passing mode, right, where doesn't have too many looks, the second he's able to feel something like this, he could just go straight up, because now I'm able to go and get a rhythm from the free throw line and get my shots without taking time off the clock. So now that's really preserving possessions and allowing more time for his teammates to be able to get more looks and for them to continue to be engaged. And now I want y'all to understand this. This is the first time you're going to see Dame do this. Reject the screen. He's saving the different ways he could attack the pick and roll for what's going to go on later on in the game, right? So now, boom, instead of always trying to be aggressive in the first or the second or the third, saves us for the fourth. And even though he does get blocked, right, understand just how he's attacking these situations and these plays. First possession back into the fourth as well at that. So understand he got in, it's like, okay, let me try to find a way I can get mine right quick. Let me see what other ways I could be able to get to my spot. You saw the various ways he was playing the pick and roll in the first, second, third quarter. Now it's the fourth, right? And so what is he going to be? What is he going to be in this situation? Just a little more aggressive. Utilize these looks so that he can be able to score and not give them up so early so defense can be alerted, because now these buckets are extremely vital. Last 3 minutes, we just need a bucket. He saved this type of reject, this split, this attack, right? So instead of them the entire time thinking, oh, he's been aggressive the entire time coming off these screens, we got to be extremely cautious. They're now more so on their heels, and they understand that he's a threat, but they're not on their toes for that threat. Now you see Fox, right? A little more conservative right here on this play. So a little more patient. He gets double, works his way up, right? Doesn't go lateral, he works his way up. And at this point, he ends up holding the ball for a little bit longer and attacking into the paint. You never seen him hold the ball and try to turn the corner while he came off a pick and roll the whole game up until the fourth. Understand where just Dame is at this point in time, right? Practically right slot, a few feet from the half court line. So even though the screen is going to his left, he can't really work his way up if he wanted to go left, because probably go back court. He'd have to make a jump pass or some shit like that, right? So why would he do that, right? Just understand spacing, boom, spin out, find another passing angle instead of going that way as to which the defense wants me to go. And they're going to have 3 defenders at that point with that half court line. So boom, spins out, gives it to Giannis, right? And now at this point in time, Giannis, boom, Connaughton in the corner. I don't know if he hits it, but just understand that's not the right play to make it, to go middle. Just finding new angles. And also, at the same time, he's still not forcing his hand. Look, a lot of coaches would tell you not to do what Dame does right here, right? Which is play with your back turned. But you could do so if you know how to leverage the situation, because Dame is still looking and reading the floor. And as a matter of fact, he has a lane to drive, but since he's reading the floor, he knows when to drive, because as soon as Giannis begins to step up and set that screen, Sabonis clears out, and now there's no help defender until all the way down here. So now once Dame gets into the paint, he can make this kick out. And he not just did that once where he turned his back. He's going to do it twice, right? Notice, he's on the wing, beginning to turn his back again, playing with that cross step. Because what this now does to his frame is making him skinnier. Instead of playing with his feet next to each other, he puts the right more in front of that left, turns the shoulder, and now it's going to set up this move right here to get past Herter, right? That rip through right there makes his body as thin as it could be. So now I'm getting straight to that lane, boom, lay. Look, understand this. Remember I was talking about when they got into handoffs, Dame was facing a drop, right? And now understanding that, if Giannis understood that, right? When you get into this handoff with Dame, Sabonis is going to have to step up. And with Sabonis trying to step up and Dame going against the drop, Dame is going to attack that drop, whether he's going to shoot, whether he's going to actually get inside the arc. So on Giannis's part, you cannot roll at that same speed as if he got doubled off of that handoff or screen, right? You got to slow down and let Dame do his thing, and then after that, you find your lane to roll. But what ends up happening is that Dame's going to try to get here, and Giannis is right kind of in his way, right? If Giannis was just somewhere else, if he hung back for a second, Dame could either pull that ball out, boom. Dame has Sabonis, Fox has Giannis, right? Mismatch. But in a situation like this, he don't got no space to work, no space to cook, no pressure to put on the defense because he took up all that space because of lack of patience and understanding of the coverage. Energy in general in basketball is contagious because understand this. Look at Dame's efforts, right? Over the screen. He's really dead. He just gave up at that point. Boom, float by Monk, right? Watch this next possession. Watch what's about to happen. Very next possession, right? That being so lackadaisical, being lazy on that other end, he now gets to his other side. Boom, he lets his guard down for a second, right? That energy, that laziness has now carried over to that other side, and he just gets stripped. And really, NBA player, especially the caliber of Dame, really shouldn't get the ball picked like that. But notice though, right? It's Dame time though. You got to be teed, right? You got to be teed. So understand this play, right? Dame handoff to Connaughton. And now in handoffs, what's so deceptive about this play in itself is that once he handed the ball off, as a defender, when someone hands the ball off, you usually think they'll end up going corner, right? To that same side corner. But what ends up happening is that Dame leaves, boom, that little Iverson cut where screens or whatever you want to call it, boom, now Fox out of position, sees a little fake, reload, boom, right there, shot by Dame. And like I said, it's not like Dame needs to sit here and get 2 layups, get free throws and shit for him to flip the switch. Dame mentally just flips the switch, right? And he's able to, boom, get these shots down. Meanwhile, some other players may actually need the shots to be able to stay engaged. Dame, he already got the touch for the ball. He already got the feel for the ball just being the point guard. Now he's taking these shots, boom, he's done them millions of times, right, over the course of his life. So when it's time to, when the game is on the line, ain't no problem. Notice, right? Switch right there, Herter on Lillard, right? Understand the contact that's going on, how handsy they are, the pushing, fights over that one. Now you're in a chase, boom, snatch back, space created. As a defender, you're still not fully balanced, right? But now you think you could get here and you're good, but you're really not, because what's going to happen here is that Giannis is stepping up to set a screen, and notice what move Dame is going to use as well, right? Boom, a step back. So now, as a defender, you're trying to chase Dame over the top of the screen already, but yet Dame steps back into a shot. You can't control your force at this point. So now you just end up running into Dame's body. Boom, now he's getting 3 free throws. Dame's aggression is leveled and changed accordingly to the course of a game. You seen the bucket that he had before. You seen this one especially where he's really hunting that shot. So now what's going to end up happening is that the whole concept of him not trying to force his hand is going to be super similar by the time the last shot comes around. Dame already scored a few times in this overtime, right? 2 screens, right? Going different directions though. So pickups occur all the way up high. So he gives up to Brook Lopez, doesn't force that. Now he tells him to give it to Giannis. Why give it to Giannis? Because exactly what I said before. In handoffs, Sabonis is sagged back, right? He's dropped back. So now Dame is able to get here and is able to get it to these shots. They could have did this more and got higher quality looks, because it would have eventually forced Sacramento to make a change in their defense, right? But even though they didn't make no changes, Dame missed that. But if you continue to run this action, Dame would have got a few of these to drop. This is how the game finished, right? Look at Dame. Stops. Trying to really get that foul. They wasn't going for it, right? And look, this is really what makes Dame so different from other players. This is the last shot that Dame took before he hit his game winner. And this is what's extremely vital when it comes down to being a clutch player. Now you're down 4. You had to foul because you missed that 3. Monk, 87.5% from the free throw line, right? 88. He's taking 2, right? Shoots the first one. Guess what? Misses. Oh, shit. Hold on. Second one. Wait. Misses. As a player in this situation, even though you missed that last one, even though it doesn't look like shit gonna go right, you must always have hope. If you're a player late game, if you're a team late game, and you just lack hope, good luck actually winning the game, right? Boom, Lopez hits that 3. They're down 1, right? Keep peeping, right? Hold on. Look, right there. Fox gets fouled, right? Fox is going to the line. 72%, 5 for 5 on the night, though, right? First shot goes up. Boom. Miss. Oh, my gosh. I'm telling you, if you lose hope, you simply will not be able to be a clutch player. Because understand what's going to happen right now. So Dame has to inbound the ball in, right? And so his primary defender, De'Aaron Fox, is guarding whoever's trying to get the ball to start, right? And so this is where he messed up. Because now you have to chase to get back into the play to beat Dame. And just like he was doing throughout the entire game, he's only going to take what the defense ends up giving. And now De'Aaron Fox just put himself in a bad position. Because regardless, though, Dame was probably going to shoot this shot, right? De'Aaron Fox is trying to beat him to spots, beat him up the floor, not really set. And so now Dame, boom, gets by and is able to get into space. And now at this point, it's just like, damn, man. Damn, you let him get a shot off, bro. You let him see the rim.